right. Again, Facebook family, same show, new look. We're going to get it all in tonight. We got a lot. It's episode 54, Hard Knock Life. Let's get started. All right, folks, tonight I am your host. It's your man, Cali Chris. Tonight with us, we got Brandon, we got Robbie, we got Megan, Opie. We got a special guest in the house, the Fade Guru himself, my man, Ant. Yo, it's episode 54, Hard Knock Life. We got a lot we're going to cover. Ray Lewis versus OBJ, women in sports. Best player, if they hadn't got injured, a lot we're going to cover tonight. But first and foremost, yo, let the people know where they can find you on social. Opie, where can they find you on IG and Twitter?
Not just playing. At Coach Bo Matthews on IG. That's it. I mean, I don't really pay attention to anything else.
Megan?
You can at Megan Tenay. That's MEGANTENEA or CUTEAINTIT.
Okay. Brandon, where can they find you, man?
BWills97 on Twitter and Instagram.
Robbie?
Robert Kynard12 at Robert Kynard.
Fade Guru, where can they find you, man?
Fade Guru, the one and only, at the Instagram. Or you can find me as Anthony Fleming, Fade Guru on Facebook.
I'm going to go get my cut with Fade Guru because I need to get this done up right. But you can find me, IG and Twitter, at Indago We Trust. That is Southeast Dago. Again, Indago We Trust, _, after each word. But let's go ahead and get started. First up, we had the Masters this week. Patrick Reed won the Masters. Anybody get a chance to check that out?
I absolutely did not.
So you did?
I didn't, but he did go to the school that's in my area, Augusta University. So that's pretty cool to see.
It was good. It was good Masters. Tiger made the cut. Unfortunately, it just didn't play out and work out in his favor this week. But Patrick Reed says that Tiger was a major influence on him, which is why he wears the Sunday red with the black and everything. So that was a big debate as to whether or not he should do that or not. But hey,
it's a shame his family was only minutes away and not able to join him in the crowd to celebrate with him. It seemed like they had a disagreement, family quarrels, whatever. But,
this is a quick.
That's a sad thing.
This is a quick side point, but it's interesting to me how important Tiger Woods is to golf. Because the Masters was just this past Sunday. The winner, they've already won or whatever. And nobody really cares.
Yeah, it happened.
Nobody cares because Cardi B is pregnant now. That's what it's like.
Invasion of privacy in stores right now.
They talked about Cardi B's pregnancy on SportsCenter before they talked about the Masters.
Yeah,
that tells you exactly what's going on right
everywhere.
Now. Turn my microphone.
And they're having a different Masters winner every year, so you can't get one guy to jump out there and say, okay, he's the face of golf now.
It ain't golf without Tiger Woods.
I agree.
And Cardi B, Tiger and Cardi.
Okay, you gonna put Cardi B on the grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be interesting. But speaking of big people right now, we got the big three and they're losing big money right now.
What big three?
The big three, Ice Cube's basketball.
Oh, that big three.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So their investors had promised $20.5 million and only delivered on a third of that. So Ice Cube said, hey, I'm going to sue you for $1.2 billion. And he wrote a letter to President Trump asking for assistance with this.
He tried to get him with the Dave Chappelle.
Listen. He said, give me my money.
Tried to get him with the Dave Chappelle.
Not a million. Billion would it be?
It shouldn't affect the season, so season 2 should continue on with no problems. But hey, we shall see. I don't think he's gonna get $1.2 billion, but
that's
anyway. That price range is you get anywhere. Hey, shoot for the moon.
They're not paying.
They're not paying. They're not paying. Man. There's no way.
It's not happening. Did you see the product they put out last year? Yeah, he's not getting no check. But let's talk about the Cavs. So they want to go ahead and sign Kendrick Perkins.
That's a good sign. Good shout out to my little brother. What's up?
I agree, Opie.
It's a pretty irrelevant signing, honestly. I mean,
you think it's irrelevant? Why?
I want to know why.
Okay, for the needs that they have right now, of course, it's defense for one. I mean, he's not going to give you any premier interior defense or anything like that. I mean, is he going to come out there and grab 10 rebounds a game at this point in his career? No.
You need to stop up you just need to hold the paint down.
Right.
I mean,
and you got the support behind you at this
Tristan
point.
Thompson there, don't they?
I mean, do we really want to say?
I mean, I feel like to me it's just an irrelevant signing. Like,
you need a
seems
body.
like when the Cavs want somebody, they get them. Though.
Yeah,
so
you need a body.
Seems like they'll get them.
This is true. But speaking of the Cavs, LeBron let the New York Knicks know yet again, I am the king, with his shoes that he came out with last night, which were basically directed right at your man. What's his name? Listen, I don't care about the Knicks at this point. the one that said, hey, he's the queen, the princess, whatever. Hey, he's just letting it off top. I'm the king. There's no question about that.
I mean, it's the Knicks. Who hasn't let them know that they were king?
Hey, he just felt the need to go ahead and make it known visually. I am the king, as they went ahead and handled their business out there.
We could beat the Knicks.
We could.
Get our five.
We could all suit up and beat the Knicks.
I'm serious. I mean, we even got a 6-man here. We good.
Listen. We will wash the Knicks right at this point.
You know what I'm saying?
Why y'all hating on the Knicks like that?
Without Kristaps, the Knicks is nothing.
I'm just saying.
All right, so
Y'all hate.
Russell Wilson is going to be replacing John Gruden with the quarterback count. How do we feel about that?
That's interesting.
How you gonna do that the whole season?
No, that's just a little like 1 week thing.
Oh,
I mean, he's a great quarterback.
and John Gruden, the
I thought it was
head
gonna
coach
be
of the
Kirk.
Oakland Raiders now.
Yeah. Kirk Herbstreit, I
No,
thought was
he's
going
not.
to do it.
Yeah.
He's not?
No, that's well, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
it
took
is
the job.
John. I be
His brothers at
between
Washington.
John and Jay.
Yeah.
I feel like replacing him,
Same
you know, somebody like Mel Kiper or maybe
Same
Todd
thing.
McShay.
They don't know what they're talking about.
When was the
I'm
last
still,
time Mel Kiper was right?
No.
I'm still mad.
When was the last time he was right?
Get
I
him
mean,
somebody
you
that
got
at
a
least
point.
played the
Wait a
game at the
minute,
college
Wait a
level.
minute. I got a question.
Yeah.
I get answered by Mel Kiper. I'm a friend on Facebook, so he responds pretty on time. Like he's busy and a lot of people answer him. He still answered my question about what is the true reason Lamar Jackson is not projected number one. Like what are you honestly looking at to project all these guys that are not nowhere near his stature? So you're saying foot speed, you're saying pocket presence. And I've watched both of these guys that they're projecting higher than him in the pocket, and it has been insane to me for you to project somebody that's sat in the pocket and threw 21 interceptions to be higher than him. And you think he's not going to do that? He's not going to throw into a zone that's not even schemed?
Any dual threat, like athletic black quarterback, automatically gets graded a little
Can
lower.
he throw? Yes, he can throw. He threw the guys that couldn't even catch.
Yeah.
You read about it.
He's got the arm. He can hit the deep ball.
No, he's hit a lot of intermediate in those games. I watched him because anybody that's compared to Michael Vick, I got to see Michael Vick
There
up
you
close
go.
and personal. I went to games. I know him. So anybody that gets compared to him, I want to see. Okay, what he is the closest thing to Vick,
He
if
is.
not better.
He's a right-handed
tall,
Michael
and he's
Vick.
and he's
And
right
he's
handed,
more accurate.
and he's and he can throw. He can throw the
Right
soft.
now.
Right now, he can throw the intermediate. That's the biggest thing in the NFL. Can you throw the intermediate, the short passes? It's not about the long ball. It's about can you get in those linebackers to get back, bite on the run, and throw over their head? Can you zip it in hard to reach places?
But you know, I think what's hurting him right now, I think it's because it's kind of a deep quarterback class. It might be the deepest class since 2011.
No,
they are trash.
But I don't think they're trash.
No, they
they're
are
all
trash.
good quarterbacks.
No, they're
to
trash.
me. I think they're all good quarterbacks.
All those
I think
quarterbacks
it's
that
hurting
came out
him.
in the last 10 years, if you go back and just check just simple interceptions to pass ratio.
Yeah.
This they're deep, but they're trash. Like you mean to tell me you can't follow a scheme that you can look and see if it's zone versus man covered, and you finna go to a more elaborate scheme in the NFL, and you think you're not gonna throw interceptions?
I'm hearing Josh.
He's a healthy RG3 without the arrogance.
And with the ability to make the media.
I got a question for y'all.
That's what he is.
Well, I think Baker Mayfield's going to be good as well.
I think he is, but he will struggle with the height, his height.
All right, now we do this a lot, right? Where there's a black quarterback coming out in the draft, we compare him to other black quarterbacks.
Right.
Can y'all compare him to a non-black quarterback?
Yeah.
Lamar
Aaron
Jackson.
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, look.
That's heavy.
Your boy from I can't call his name, from Kansas City with the rocket on. That they're
Alex Smith.
no, the guy that they traded so that he can.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so you say Andrew Luck. Now you say you're an Andrew Luck fan.
Mhm.
So what do you think about that comparison?
I don't think it's much of a comparison. I think the styles of play are completely different. Now, see, I think with Lamar Jackson, although he can stay in the pocket and he can throw, and he, it's not his first choice to run. Where Andrew Luck, he's more of a pocket presence. For one, I think his decision making is a little better than Lamar Jackson's. I think as far as the type of throws he chooses to throw, I think it's kind of unfair to me to compare the two because
Andrew Luck's a little bit more like Cam Newton. He just as soon run over you on the
Size-wise
open seat.
I would say this, and both of those guys, and we just automatically just go this real quick. Who on their teams? Would he be better off if he had somebody that can help him when your boy played with Stanford and had your running back and your wide receiver that were all NFL prospects?
I would compare him to Wentz.
I mean,
can you name somebody on his team that's an NFL prospect?
On Louisville?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Absolutely not.
And he did as
They've
much.
always had good receivers.
I can't name anybody on Louisville
not this
team
year.
outside of
Not last year. Those two receivers went to the NFL. They was 3rd and 6th round. I think they got drafted.
But Bobby Petrino is going to attract good skill players. He's
I'm just saying with the teams that these quarterbacks you're naming, What's your guy name? Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
When he was in Stanford, who you said?
I said Wentz.
Wentz, but he still had
non-African American. I would say Wentz.
So you think about the team they had. He had no team this last year.
Oh, yeah,
he had no defense. Yeah.
He had no team. This past year, he had no team. Last year was no.
Who did he
year
have?
before he had better
I can't
tight
tell you
ends
nobody
and
else on that
receivers.
team that's outside of Lamar.
I feel like with Lamar Jackson,
line or anything.
a lot of his success in the NFL is going to be dependent upon what team he goes to. Like, they're saying he's going to be like a late first round draft.
I hope so, because that means he goes somewhere like the Jets or somewhere that got established.
But as you said, Jets.
I actually want him
with
to
the
have
sit. They're not going to be in the rush to play him.
Well, I would say somewhere like the Saints if he's like a late first rounder.
How long you going to sit him? Drew Brees, with the way the NFL, but the way the NFL is going, Drew Brees can, as long as he can throw and hit the intermediate pass, he'll play until he's 44.
I mean, Drew Brees, he was obviously a little diminished this season. I think he might have 1 or 2 more years.
I said if. I said if. I'm not saying it's true. I didn't say okay, 42. That's still 2 years.
Well, 2 years is actually good. I can actually see him sitting behind an actual good quarterback, someone who can actually teach him the ropes and get game speed. I can actually see him sitting behind someone and doing it the right way for like 3 years, like an Aaron Rodgers.
I would like to see him go against Aaron Rodgers. I like to see him go up there.
Now let's say he falls to somebody like Jackson.
We would all like to see him, go right away, and that's what most people want to gauge him on. I actually hope he doesn't go to one of those sorry teams where he got to be placed on Front Street right away. It would be nice to actually see someone to sit behind for about 2 to 3 years.
San Diego.
Yeah, and actually see him.
But we're gonna get back to the NFL topic a little bit later.
Let him grow first.
When we come back, we are gonna cover women in sports. Has popularity gained? Has it lessened? Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Come right back here on the Walk-Ons.
Hey, Guru, signing in.
He can go to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers gonna be out of here shortly.
I would love him now that Shanahan gone too. Oh, I would love him.
He go to the Eagles.
But see, I need Jay Gruden to be gone next year. Yes.
Are you done with Jay?
I'm done with Jay.
I'm not a fan of Jay Gruden.
We done with this experiment?
Yes. Okay. Yes. It was an experiment. Yes. It was an experiment. I'm so glad they got rid of Cousins. Oh my God.
I mean,
was it really Cousins though?
Yes, it was Cousins.
It was not Cousins.
So we really gonna blame Cousins right now?
You know, y'all were dead last.
He watched the Redskins more than me, so I have to take his word for it.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get back to the whole
spiel on that.
Yes. We're gonna get to your team. We got a whole.
I think it's always injuries because everybody can't stop the go-go's and love and all that.
I think everybody wants to blame the quarterback.
It is quarterback fault. It's always
it's not always the quarterback, and I can say that it's not always the quarterback.
All right, folks, welcome back. You are watching the Walk-Ons again. It's episode 54, Hard Knock Life. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, everything. www.freethinkersradio.com. Catch us everywhere. All the little boxes you see on the side of the screen, those are all the places you can catch us. Again, we come on every Tuesday, 8 p.m. right here live and direct. But what we're about to get into now is women in sports. Has the popularity gained? Has it lessened? Let's just talk about
Candace Parker look good.
In the state of South Carolina, Lady Gamecocks been doing so well lately.
Right.
This state is a little more into women's sports than some other states, just at the college level, just based on the Lady Gamecock success the last couple of years.
Right. It really, to me, depends upon the actual athlete herself. You know, but as far as is it getting the right publicity and is everybody kind of looking at it the same way or compared to male athletics, then it's not. It does not.
Unfortunately, it's all based on winning. I mean, at the end of the day, I did not grow to be a lady basketball fan. Well, back in the day, I saw Rebecca Lobo and Lisa Leslie and them, but those the pioneers, Cheryl Swoops, and a couple of few others. But at the end of the day, as far as taking an interest to it, I didn't take an interest to it until Lady Gamecock started winning, and I kind of found out that they were like in the Elite Eight, and when I figured that out, I started following them a little more, and every year I noticed that they progressed closer and closer and closer to the national title, and I realized how well they were doing. So I took my daughters and everything like that. So I feel like it is growing. People are paying more attention, but in ladies basketball in college, I mean, it was just UConn. You know what I'm saying? And now that there are actual contenders out there that are actually putting them on the fence.
Yeah, 2 years in a row they actually don't win it.
It's becoming more and more important to watch them.
I think it's a common theme too, because the women's Final Four this year, That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was better than the men's
awesome.
final. I'm just gonna be
It
honest.
Far
There you
better.
go.
Yeah,
Far
buzzer
better.
beaters, overtime. Yeah,
I mean, who watched the Nets? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think it's based on winning. When you start winning, people pay attention to your program, no matter if it's lady or man.
I think it kind of goes past college basketball, women's college basketball too. I think recently we had the I think it's the Spurs that had a female coach, or is it
Right.
them?
Right.
Becky.
Yeah, they got
Beautiful Becky,
got-
smart,
Yeah.
intelligent Becky.
You know, we got
She
women
does a good
coaches now.
job, too.
I mean, not
Mm.
women referees in the NBA now. I think it's going past just like the players and the popularity, but they're
Right.
getting more positions like as far as in the professional leagues as well too. So
and I think the Title IX as well. When you see more women being able to get college scholarships, then there's more women in college athletics based on the Title IX, and more opportunities for women, and they've been taking advantage of it. We've been better in Olympic sports in women than men. I don't have stats to back that up, but just kind of watching, say, hey, we're doing well in women's in
Well,
the Olympics.
The budgets are a lot higher for males athletics, even with the collegiate
Yeah.
on the collegiate level, than it is for women in general. And
Mhm.
it's been proven that males have received 179 million more
Mhm.
in athletic scholarships than females. So
But-
it's something that has to be changed across the board in
Mhm.
regards to gender in general. And I
But
mean,
the men's sports are bringing in the cash. You got to admit
Yeah.
that. The
Now-
football with the 80,000 and,
Right.
and the highest price tickets.
You say that you
Right.
can't say that in Tennessee and UConn.
Exactly. So that's another
Yeah,
thing.
and
It
Carolina,
depends on
you know.
who's winning and where you
Yeah.
are at the same time.
and
Yeah,
it's even
that.
crossed over into wrestling too. If you've been paying attention to it, before in wrestling, the divas they used to just be divas, walk
Yeah,
around.
they
and,
was here, but
and
MMA.
bra and panties, yeah. But now they
Wrestle.
actually have like main events in WrestleMania now.
Who won WrestleMania?
I think the main event was Brock Lesnar,
The
Roman
fix
Reigns.
was
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
Who won?
Brock Lesnar did.
He won.
We knew that
Yeah.
ahead of time, though, didn't we?
I ain't paid attention to wrestling.
It ain't wrestling if it's not the Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's
But
that
did,
simple.
did Ronda Rousey get beat up again?
I think she won her match.
She got paid either way.
Oh well.
Right.
It's a good point. How can we fix?
And she doesn't get beat up nearly as bad as she did in MMA.
Yeah.
How can we fix the lack of the lack of viewership in women's sports? Like what can
That's
be done
just
about
that's
it?
just what people
I
want.
mean,
That's just,
That's
My
gonna
thing
be,
is
that's gonna take
guys-
time.
You
It's
watching
gonna
a
take
Nets
time.
game or a Kings game?
nobody watches that. That's why they
Yeah.
switch it over.
People are still showing up though.
Huh?
Well,
Yeah.
People
one
are still showing
one
up.
thing I've noticed,
not
they
tradition.
have now
Mhm.
a
Tradition.
global mixed gender league now in Atlanta, and I know there is. I mean, of course, it's more sports that are open to males than it is for females, but that's one way I believe it
Yeah.
helps when it comes down to it, because when you have actual athletes that are, men and women playing together and they're competing against each other, then it to me
So
it
you
makes a
thinking
difference.
co-ed?
Yeah, I
Yeah, well,
played
there
co-ed
is-
kickball, and that was a lot of fun.
Or just
Yeah.
have Cardi
Had to have
B.
a male and then
Cardi
a
B
female.
everywhere.
You love Cardi B, don't you?
You can. Technically, you can't bang a female the way you can bang guys in the hole and things like that. or
Oh.
You
whatnot.
can, yes, you can.
Cut it.
Yes, you can.
Cut it. Cut it.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Yeah, there are, and that's another thing when it comes down to the mentality.
But no, you can't.
I-
Seriously. You can say it all day.
But
You
but
can't.
why? Why?
And
Are you saying
you don't
from
see
a
the super athleticism? Sorry about that.
For one,
That
for-
you saw in like the men's slam dunks and
Yeah.
taking off from the free throw line. Just the athleticism. Guys are
but
more
even-
attracted to something like that.
I mean,
than they are.
one thing the NBA could
Watching
probably do.
women.
I don't think it's the guys. I come to a female. I go to a female game, but I just think the overall is it's tradition. It's what you've been sitting in front of the TV to watch. What have you been
Right.
like? What have
And
you been?
what you know,
Not even
right?
that. What have you been?
Yeah.
You gonna do what you have a habit of doing. You can go. If those people have been going to Nets games since they was
Yeah.
in New Jersey. They're gonna go to Nets games. No matter
Yeah.
what you do, how you slice it. That's just what. That's what.
Just
that's
like you're probably more programmed to watch Serena Williams than you would any male.
any
tennis
other.
player.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm watching.
Right.
So
Y'all
that's
don't care about none of the male tennis.
I
players.
no, I don't even know who is a male tennis. I just know
Yeah.
Serena. Yeah, just Serena Venus.
I would
And
say
the,
that's
the
definitely-
rallies aren't as good as in men's either. There's like serve and
I mean, it's just certain,
return and boom.
it's just certain
Yeah.
things
You get
women
longer
gonna be
rallies
great
in
at, and
women's
there's gonna be
tennis.
certain things men gonna be great. We're gonna be want to watch versus what we want to watch. Men do what we want to watch women. I love to watch track and field. I haven't watched a track and field for guys in so long. I don't care who's saying both. I like watching the Jamaicans, women's, and the U.S. women's, and
We
everybody
ain't
else.
had a
Canadian.
reason to really watch track and field for the guys anyway. I mean,
I have
just
even
to
when they had
trash.
even when they had
It's that
Hussein
simple.
Bolt. I was watching the girls. When they come up, I go somewhere
Yeah,
else.
Shelly Ann Frazier.
But there are
all them
some
people.
sports where, like, okay, you can't compare it. Say that you wouldn't expect to see a man playing volleyball. But at the same
I'm not
time,
watching that.
right.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Right.
I'm just
That's
not
what I'm just saying.
watching
We
that.
But
just
you have basketball where you have women that are just as competitive as the men.
But
so,
that's a network and a media, conversation. I mean, at
Right.
the end of the day, you definitely got to look at the guys who actually put it on TV and make it known to everyone.
right.
For the most part, just like my man said, it's what we've been programmed to watch.
Right, right.
I mean, the women at the end of the day, they don't do 360s and what I'm saying, long lob passes and things like that. The things that make the game exciting, and we've been conditioning to looking at it from one aspect alone. Women are sharpshooters and they play very, very competitive.
Mhm.
But to see them
Fundamentally sound.
fundamentally sound. But
They're like the Spurs.
if you look at them from a co-ed perspective, my situation when I'm talking about the elbows in the paint, you talking about getting down nitty gritty with as physical athletes as they are on the same level. I still say a woman is still softer. And at the end of the day, the calls are going to be a lot different. You got to renegotiate everything when it comes down to the whole system of play and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I think that's a network and media conversation that needs to be.
Well, I got a question about
Right.
that. And if you said it's soft, which is true. But
Yes.
the way the calls are going now, I mean, you
Right.
touch somebody, it's automatically a foul. So I mean, at this point,
they are playing 10 feet away from them.
I mean, and Brittany Griner is paying child support now, so I mean, she technically could come on over.
I would just say,
yeah, you got a point.
I would just say, I love to watch women volleyball.
Yeah.
It is very entertaining.
Talking about beach volleyball?
No, women volleyball. You know what? People would love and would pay to watch. Have you ever seen women play football?
That powder puff.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
They
they
put the
vicious.
pads on.
Oh
yes,
my god! Hey,
Good
people.
stuff right there.
You
Hey,
know,
and shout out to the 14-year-old girl who's the fastest girl in the world. Ran a 21.3. She broke the world record. 14.
Wow.
Speaking of women's,
Went out.
Awesome.
the WNBA draft is tomorrow night.
Asia
Asia
one.
Wilson,
Yes.
number
It
one.
is.
We know she
Yeah.
won number one.
Back to back years of game called be number one.
how about the African American girl that swims now?
Oh yeah.
Shout out to her
I
too.
heard she's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shout
We
out,
get
shout,
that.
shout out
Shout out
to
to
you.
you.
Yeah, shout out to
But
you.
women's sports is coming up, but I feel like
They always been up.
the way things are going for women right now is going to continue to grow in popularity.
And Asia
Keep
will
it
be
right
a
here.
star.
We come back. We're going to have the Clemson chat. Get some
Yeah.
episode of Food Tripping. And a couple other things. So
Yeah.
make sure you stay tuned to the Walk-Ons. It's that simple, folks. All right, make sure y'all get Clemson chat ready.
Have to Google. We're gonna have to come back with a name.
So anybody gonna talk about this water in Flint that ain't been fixed yet, but yet we still talking about Ron Zuckerberg?
It's been
That's a
what, 4 or 5 years, man. They still ain't fixed it.
Give
How many seconds?
Water in
crazy.
Flint need to be fixed.
How many seconds?
That's crazy.
Got a minute, right?
Something like that.
I need to take a-
Oh yeah, women's soccer put us on the map in the world.
How about Simone Manuel?
I forgot
Simone
Manuel.
Manuel.
Okay, Simone, man.
like 30 seconds to use the restroom real quick.
Go ahead,
Pop
man.
back.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you, man.
All right, folks. Again, you're watching the Walk-Ons. Make sure you follow us on our website, www.freethinkersradio.com. We got Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. We're everywhere. All the little boxes you see on the side of your screen, follow us on all of those platforms. You can follow us personally on our personal pages as well. Make sure you follow the show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Again, right here with the Walk-Ons. But what we got coming up now for you, Robbie on vacation still gave us quality footage right here for his Clemson chat this week.
It's
Let's go
better
ahead
in the
and get some-
Bahamas, by the way.
Listen, Robbie living his best life out here. Let's go ahead and tune into the Clemson chat for this week.
I'm Robbie Kiner with this week's Clemson Chat. Let's talk some Clemson football. Clemson returned 6 of 7 starters along the defensive front 7, losing only Dorian O'Daniel, but it's a key loss. He had 103 tackles last season, 11.5 tackles for loss, 2 key pick sixes to key wins over Virginia Tech and Louisville. However, he's a little undersized by NFL standards, so he's projected to maybe be a 6th round draft pick. But look for him to make a team based on his ability to make special teams tackles. Replacing him looks to be Isaiah Simmons. He has good size, 6'3", 225, moving down from his safety position, so he has good cover skills. We'll see how he can stand up to the run at that middle level of the defense.
folks, that was this week's Clemson Chat. Again, Robbie was in the Bahamas and still took care of y'all. He didn't want to leave y'all hanging right there. Said business first, then pleasure. All right, now, we want to thank the Columbia Fireflies for having us this week. This week on Food Trip, and we partnered with the Columbia Fireflies to bring you opening day as they took on the Augusta Green Jackets. They did get the win. We got some special things going on here on this episode, so let's go ahead and take a look. All right, folks, it's your man, Cali Chris. This week for Food Trip, and we have partnered with the Columbia Fireflies to bring you opening day right here at Spirit Communications Park as they take on the Augusta Green Jackets. So we're going to take you behind the scenes. You're going to see some familiar faces. We're going to show you some of the amenities. And we're going to hang out in the production room with Marcus for a bit, too. They got some new street tacos this year, funnel cakes. Listen, we're going to go through everything. It is a special edition. Make sure you tune in this Thursday right here on Food Trip. Again, that was Food Tripping this week. Thank you again to the Columbia Fireflies for having us. We got a lot of special treats for you this week. That's actually where Marcus is right now. He's over there doing all the music and audio for you guys at the Fireflies game right now, joining us from the stadium. So shout out to Marcus. He'll be back again hopefully next week unless they have a game. But what y'all think of Food Tripping and Clemson Chat this week?
It's always great.
Right.
And as far as
someone was at the Columbia Fireflies this week for opening day, and also has a guest spot in the episode this week.
Me? Is it me?
I don't know. Maybe it was you. Go, you tell me. Who was that person?
Word.
I made it.
Nah, you're gonna be in. Yeah, make sure y'all tune in this Thursday. We're gonna have the full episode of our opening day with the Columbia Fireflies. Got a lot of great stuff planned for you there. You're gonna see Marcus a bit more in there, cutting up. It's gonna be some good stuff.
And shout out to Tony DeBrill of the Fireflies.
All right.
Tony DeBrill, you got a fan right here. I mean,
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm just gonna say it.
Did you pick up a jersey?
Tony.
I know they're selling jerseys up there at Firefly Stadium. You're going to have to pick up his jersey.
She want that official game jersey.
That's right.
Tony.
I need a little one, too.
Tony, slide the DMs, Tony.
You still got
wide open, Tony.
You still got
DeBrill, DMs open.
Meet and greets on Sunday, right?
Shoot your shot all 2018.
I think every home Sunday they have meet and greets. So
Robbie shouldn't have told me that. I'm going in there.
Got that press pass. Hey, okay.
With my press pass and all.
Okay. But, all right, so.
But Clemson Chat this week, I'll be reviewing the spring game. So
the spring game for us?
Spring game this Saturday, so I'll break it down.
Who they
for you
playing?
Sunday.
Sabrina Benjamin.
Orange versus white.
She
said we need water.
we need water, Sabrina?
Flint need water. They selling the water.
Now, your homie need water over here. We good. The rest of us is good right now. We good money.
Okay. I'm better.
We good.
Opie says Flint needs water.
Yeah,
Flint does need water.
Yeah, they selling the free water and then they balling it up and then selling it back to the people. What is it? Nestle. So the government worried about privacy with Ron Zuckerberg. I know I keep saying his name wrong. I like saying Ron Zuckerberg.
I mean, nobody.
Mark Zuckerberg.
No, Ron. His name. We did change his name to Ron.
We call him Ron.
His name Ron.
But nobody should have to drink Nestle.
Randy Watson.
Randy Watson. Yeah, the Nestle Pure Life trash, by the way.
Everybody selling water. Aquafina. Shout out to all the people selling free water. Wish I could have did it first.
Everybody at this table got some water.
I'm thirsty.
We gotta have it.
Right.
I'm gonna get some bottles and sell some free water.
Nardra Scott said, "Shoot your shot," whatever that means.
She's talking about the Tony DeBrill.
Shout out to BJ. What's
Shout out shooting your Steph.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Okay.
Hey.
Shots fired.
So Robbie hit you with big words right there.
Robbie.
So we're gonna get into this debate on who would have been the greatest.
Let's go with it.
Okay, so we're gonna go
run down the people we got though.
We got so first it was a post that said who would have been the greatest if they never got injured. Greg Oden, Grant Hill, D Rose, of course, Trace McGrady, Yao Ming, Brandon Roy, and I'm missing one.
Gilbert Arenas.
Well, Gilbert, it was more self-inflicted versus.
Yeah, he was never
Gilbert
hurt.
was stupid.
But there you go. So he's automatically disqualified. Next, let's move along.
Tracy.
I say Grant Hill.
I say.
But Grant
Hill had he still had a
Grant had a pretty good career.
Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. I mean, and I was telling him I only because at the end of his career. He missed 4 years. It was 4 because he was with T-Mac when he was leading the league in scoring, and he couldn't get over those ankle injuries. He had he played for like a good 15, 20 games, and then it was over. It was the felines. That's what happened. Was he had that big contract with felines? I'm serious. A lot of people, the same thing happened with what's my guy name played at North Carolina, Andrew Stackhouse. Stackhouse had the same. He had before he went to the Wizards. You know, he was with Detroit as well, and he got sidelined by the foot. Yeah,
he still played till he's 40.
He was averaging 28, 29 a game.
But think about it, the middle of his career, because Grant Hill's averaging basically 23, 7, 8 rebounds, or 8 assists or something like 10 rebounds and 7, 8 assists.
I have to go.
But Stackhouse had found a way to shoot outside better.
For me, I think
prolong his career.
I'm just gonna go with D Rose, not because I'm biased, just because of the projection. D Rose and Brandon Roy was one of those
Sabrina
like
said D Rose would have been great, but
you know, at the time
we're saying, hold on.
I said Brandon Roy.
See, everybody keep coming at my guy, and see, it makes me defensive because it's like we're saying
if you didn't see last week, there's a reason we're defensive right now.
Like we're saying, no injuries. They go for everybody. No injuries. If they didn't get injured, if they were LeBron James the rest of their career, what would it have been?
Well, I got
Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP ever.
Projected with a team that was built about defense, and they had just lost, granted, to the defending Eastern Conference champions, LeBron James, who eventually, would he stay? Would he have left? Would it be the same team?
I look at the ones that's most impactful to the league as a whole, and in my opinion, as far as the lineup, I would got to give it to Derrick Rose and Tracy McGrady, but overall, I got Tracy McGrady. He was phenomenal.
All right, so Josh said there's nothing Brandon Roy couldn't do, though. What would have happened had he not?
You know, at the time he had asked Kobe Bryant, who was the hardest cover in the league.
Tracy McGrady.
And he said Brandon Roy. He said Brandon Roy was the toughest player to guard at shooting guard position at the time.
Kobe, my man, but he be switching up. Because sometimes he said Carmelo just
Marcus and him want to hear about D Rose.
That's cool. I don't want to hear nothing about him doing what? Hey man, he ain't even here.
He said the same thing about Carmelo Anthony. You know, he said the same thing about Carmelo Anthony. Well, you can't just go with Kobe because it's like all about who's in front of him at the moment. Yeah. He said the same thing about what's his name that's in the league now for OKC.
Oh, Russ.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
he's an ambassador to the game, so he's always
go with Kobe.
But they asked him specifically about shooting guards at the time, though.
Listen,
Kobe say something just to say something.
All right,
all right, folks.
I got T-Mac.
Again, you're watching the Walk-Ons right here. It's episode 54. When we come back, though, we're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about Ray Lewis versus OBJ and God.
He got on both
talk about
knees.
Richie Incognito.
He got on both knees to pray.
And we're going to talk about these Deadskins. And yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
The Deadskins. We're going to slander a little bit.
Wow.
You know, I got to look away on that.
But you tune into the Walk-Ons. We'll be right back.
All right.
Jeremy Johnson came in right on time. Thank you, Jeremy Johnson. I'm waiting on some foolishness.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm waiting on it.
D Rose got to the Eastern Conference Championship with a team that was Carlos Boozer.
I mean, he had a pretty good team that year around.
No, he did not have a pretty good team.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just a pretty good player.
They had Carlos Boozer.
Trash.
They had
trash.
Kyle Korver on that team. They had C.J. Watson on that team.
Trash. I'm just like y'all when I be talking about the Cavaliers.
Kyle
Korver
inconsistent.
Trash.
Some nights he hitting, some nights he not.
Trash.
One of the greatest shooters.
Trash. But side note about Carlos Boozer, yo, Aunt, instead of him having the whole
blackout,
yeah, like what would you have done for Carlos?
Ball it.
Just go ahead and just come home.
Just go ahead.
And come what you mean?
Because I mean,
you remember Carlos Boozer had all that extraness going on? They had
like LeBron did when he was putting the stuff in.
We're not gonna slander LeBron. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna slander LeBron. This is my song. We're not gonna slander LeBron, fam.
Let me adjust my headband while you talk.
Like he took a black piece of.
Y'all gonna get off my boy D Rose. D Rose, the only person in that list that got his team with a trash team to the finals and didn't leave. He got traded because he was hurt.
How did LeBron?
Yeah, I'm taking shots at everybody.
That was not a trash team.
I'm talking. That was a trash team.
They had a pretty good team.
They were built around D Rose because as soon as he went down, what did they do?
Man, we ain't playing ball.
Huh? Because of D Rose, you got a triple and double team.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Walk-Ons. This is episode 54 yet again.
D Rose, I got your back,
baby.
Right
now, it is time to talk about the NFL a little bit. So we got OBJ versus Ray Lewis and God. Ray Lewis made the statement that Odell Beckham has removed God from his life.
I mean, Ray Lewis did send the man to go see God. So what is he talking about?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You like
What is Ray Lewis on
sometimes
both
it's not
knees?
about the message; it's about the messenger.
Right.
Ray, you really can't be the one to tell us this.
Man, Ray, Ray's
you
Uncle
killed that man.
Ray's Uncle Tom. Ray's Uncle Tom.
Y'all
He was on both knees praying to God during the national anthem. That's what he said. I think he was taking it, but I'm not gonna go there. And that's how I'm gonna leave it.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard it first here.
Ray was praying to nobody.
He was praying. He was praying already.
Listen, Ray had that whole passive aggressive thing. Well, I'm gonna do
No,
this to make it say I'm praying, but I still want to stand with you. Stop it.
Did Ray actually sit down with OBJ and have a conversation, or he's just looking from the outside?
Ray claims he knows he got contacts with everybody. He talks to everybody.
And Ray was found not guilty, period, says David.
Wow.
Okay, twice.
So were a lot of people that have killed people.
Yeah. So I guess OJ should just be let go then, right?
So
free OJ.
He did. He's out. He's out.
He got in jail for something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
after 9 years.
Right.
But my thing with Ray Lewis.
Did he do it?
Speaking,
Because if I would have did it,
Oh, he did it.
if I would have did it, I would have wrote a book called "I Would Have
Or
Did
he
It."
knew who did
If I would have did it, but I didn't do it, so I wrote a book.
I'm
If I
trying to
would
figure
have
out what's so bad about what OBJ is doing with himself. I mean, what he danced
because he's in Per Plus commercials. Nobody likes that with that wonderful
dances.
And it's all off-season findings.
Ray just want to be seen.
I mean, come on.
Ray hadn't seen in enough time, so now hey, I got to get back out here again.
And
Didn't he have
Michael Jordan that want to play again?
You know,
Is what he wanna
religion
do?
is really is a very controversial topic. So it really drew the attention, I'm sure, that he needed by just.
He
But
wants.
didn't he
Ray needs to be
have
talking
some
to-
kind of vacation right before the playoffs, and then didn't underperformed in the playoff or something? Don't I remember?
I'm not gonna blame that just on him though.
Yeah, I mean,
He
the
wasn't the
whole
only one
team.
on that yacht.
Yeah. Come on now.
Ball so hard.
First of all,
Though
Ray,
I don't think you should
but
be
if
on a
you're
yacht
totally
in
sold
leather
out,
pants and
totally
Tim's.
committed
But
to
hey.
your craft,
Right.
you don't do those kind of things.
I mean,
Oh Lord
But
Jesus!
hold
Somebody
on,
said
hold on.
Ray Caruth was just as guilty as Ray. Mr. Hide and Go Seek.
Okay. Hey, we coming with the spicy talk today.
First of
Let's
all,
go.
I hope he's not in the trunk.
Let's
I hope he's
go.
not in the trunk.
How come
Lord
the Neil
Jesus, that
wasn't
boy
a-
in the trunk.
How come the Neil wasn't a problem when Tebow was doing it?
Ooh,
That's a very good question. Why was that not?
because
Because
Tebow is protection for. You got the protection.
Okay, we'll wait.
the complexion
Okay.
for the protection. That's what you're about to say.
No, I said it right.
my thing
You
is
got
this.
the
Though. I
protection.
mean, if you Ray Lewis, you trying to talk to Odell Beckham about he needs to find God or whatever. I mean, didn't his son was the one that was at Coastal Carolina was accused of sexual assault?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all
Really
don't play fair. Y'all don't play fair, boy.
I mean,
Don't
but if you
throw
really wanna-
stones from a glass house.
Yeah, if you want to
Period.
really want to counsel somebody, counsel them individually and not through the media.
Yeah.
I think.
Come
Well,
on
that's
now.
how you get people's attention.
Yeah, he
Because
wanted.
if you're gonna talk about partying and all the rest of it, it's okay. I hadn't seen Ray say a word about Gronkowski. All his
come on.
parties are live streamed.
No,
Come on now.
Come on, let's
Come
go.
on
I ain't see Ray say nothing to Johnny Manziel.
Come on now.
Nope.
And he's talking about coming back in the league after beating people. I'm talking about, well, when I say people, I'm talking about
Domestic
his spouses
violence
with
and-
domestic violence.
I don't hear Ray on
And the thing
this.
is, Odell produces 100 plus catches for what?
I think Ray mad because Odell ain't answering his calls no more.
What's the other guy?
You ain't gonna call me, dog. You ain't gonna answer my call for real. That's how we doing. That's
So
how we
Ray in
doing.
his feelings right now. So he out here like, yo, let me try and slander this man. That's right.
Ray Rice, right?
Did you say that?
Yeah.
For real?
Oh, I did just say that. Yeah, that's a fact.
That's how we doing. That's how we doing now. That's
Holla
what.
at
That's
me,
how
Ray.
we go.
Pull up.
That's how we
Wasn't
go.
What's
Johnny
poppin'?
Manziel a part of that
Yes.
Ray Rice movement?
Yes.
Jeremy said big facts.
I mean, come on now. But he's getting ready to come back in the league, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's getting ready to come in
everything's
that
all
same league
forgiven
as
for
Steve
him.
Spurrier's coming into the AAF.
I don't even know
Yeah.
why Steve
After
Spurrier.
after what is
He needs to
that?
retire
After
everything.
football. After football.
Yeah.
AFL.
Props to
Yeah, y'all think Spurrier got
73-year-old
CTE?
Spurrier getting that coaching job with the Orlando
Hey,
team.
y'all
Y'all
gotta
think-
feel
y'all think
salty
Spurrier
as
got
Carolina
CTE?
Gamecock.
There's no
fans.
reason for him to come back to anything.
Steve Spurrier rather go to the AFL than coach.
Why not? Why not?
We don't need him.
If he still has the
Yes, you do.
ability.
He brought
Yes,
us
you
up
do.
and brought us down.
Nah,
What
we-
about
At the same time. At the same time.
For them
Hey, hold
grandkids.
up. Did Clemson win the national championship after he left?
That would be correct.
That would be correct.
So what all them prospects would have won if he would have stayed?
But didn't he announce
Things
that
to make
he
you
was
go
leaving?
salty. Yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
See, that messed up our recruiting.
Hey,
I mean, we did.
who's hiring people in South Carolina?
That's a very good question.
They hadn't called me yet, but I am.
Out of Pappy.
All right, Coach Fry's going to be calling in. Straighten y'all out.
Oh yeah, Fry's ready. Fry's ready. I already hit Fry.
Well, I don't understand.
I'm on his side.
Fry
Whatever you
is
say,
ready.
I'm on his side.
Fry is ready.
Go
Yeah,
Gamecocks.
so these Deadskins.
What's
going on with Deadskins,
Hey,
man?
hey, just say what's up with the land of the lost.
Hey,
Wow.
man. Now, who's your team?
I'm bandwagon with football.
Okay.
I've
Hey,
never
at least
lost.
he admitted.
So
At
you
least he
Eagles fan?
admitted.
Hey, I can deal with you admitting that you
But
bandwagon.
he
Yeah.
said he's never lost.
I've never. I'm
I mean, if you choosing the
36,
team that's
36
winning,
and 0.
if you choosing the team that's winning all the time, yeah.
But Bulls are my basketball team. That's why I be riding so hard for D.
But
Rose.
Benny the Bull is the only thing y'all got to look forward
Hey
to.
man, that
right
was
now,
fun.
right?
Hey, that
That
was
was
funny.
hilarious.
That was funny.
If y'all ain't found that video, it's the video of Benny the Bull. It's the only
Hey,
thing the Bulls got to
with
look forward
the
to.
music with it.
So y'all actually looking for Jordan to come back then?
No, it's done. Let him stay. Listen,
Jordan
I'm one of
can't
these
even
people.
help them right now.
Hey, listen, we one of the few people that
In
can
the
say that
whole-
you have never met any fans that do this. We were great when we had them. Let's move on. We just wait for the next. We
And
just
y'all
wait.
not great no more.
We not. And
Jordan
we-
ain't good to
and
nobody
you
right
can't,
now,
You can't
honestly.
say that to the Lakers. You can't say that to the Celtics. You can't say that.
The
no,
Lakers only 4
Hey,
years out.
But look, y'all got
First
some
time
good
since
young pieces.
have they won
1960.
yet?
But 4 years
Have
out.
they won yet?
Who got good young
The
pieces?
Bulls are like
The Bulls, they do.
But we take it.
Laurie Markkinen, they got
We
Chris
take it.
Dunn, and
Laurie
they got,
Bird.
All right.
and they
We
got
take
what's his
it.
name, Zach Levine. They
First,
got
get
some
up
nice
off
young
my
pieces.
skin.
Yeah,
First time since
That's him. I'm
1960,
helping
no
you out.
playoffs for
That's him
Chicago.
because
LA,
I grew up in DC
or New York.
Yeah, a little bit, not really.
Yo.
This
So
I
who
went
making
to
the
school up
furthest
there,
fastest?
so-
The Lakers
I
or
got
the
to
Bulls?
take up for him.
Easily the Lakers. Easily.
Lakers.
The Lakers
Easily.
what?
Lakers are positioned to outdo the Bulls.
But okay,
What do
and
your
I'll
Bulls
say
need?
this: everybody that's always in position for something always do one or two things. They either get it or they put themselves in the position not to get it. So yes, the Lakers are in position if they stay with what they got, but they're not because they're reaching for the stars. And somewhere between the stars and the ground are where they're gonna fall.
Stars are not coming to Chicago.
If it wasn't the money
I don't
deal,
care.
if it wasn't the money deal that went down for LeBron, I would say the Lakers would have the 8 seed.
And how much will Magic get fined trying to get those players to LA in the meantime?
Listen, that's on them.
Magic will pay whatever fine he wants.
He
to.
gonna pay, and
My man
that's why I'm
beat
sitting
that
back and
package.
watching. Because it's either gonna be a brilliant idea,
Yeah.
or we're gonna be talking about it 4 years ago. Oh, did you believe what Magic tried to pull
I
off?
really
Why
thought
did they
the
put
La-
Magic
the
in charge of that?
The
They're gonna
Lakers,
pull it off.
It's either gonna be
I
great,
really
or it's
like
gonna
how
be
they
either
just
great
turned
or
the,
tragic.
Yeah.
Redskins conversation into
Yeah.
Because
basketball.
nobody cared nothing about the Redskins. That's why.
I love it.
He
It
got
was
look,
beautiful.
He
I
got
don't
the
receive
lanyard.
the
He got
ridicule
the
that I
shirt.
normally
Yeah.
The team's so
receive.
trash, we don't care.
And Alex,
That's
we
what-
trust.
Redskins are terrible.
It was only the Kirk Cousins season.
One of the worst
We're
organizations
back,
in
baby.
sports.
You'll
Period.
see us. You'll see us.
All right,
You'll
so when
see
we
us.
come back, we're going to cover
Over
the
the
last report.
Cowboys?
And then once we finish
Excuse
the
me?
last report, we're going
Over
to
the
talk to
Cowboys?
Coach
They say y'all
Rob.
trash over the Cowboys.
So make sure you come
No,
right back
we
with
are
us. You
over
are
the
watching and
Cowboys.
listening to the
Alex Smith.
Walk-Ons. Y'all
You'll
still
see.
talking about Alex Smith?
Alex Smith.
I mean, at least the Cowboys have made the playoffs
Um,
recently.
We're not going to talk about the Cowboys.
Alex Smith did
Even
beat
though I
the
know Marcus
Redskins,
wants
the
to talk about Tony
Cowboys.
Romo.
Who else? Didn't they also beat the? Didn't Kansas City also beat the Eagles?
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah.
Alex Smith.
Regular season?
Yeah.
Alex Smith.
But
Regular
is he
season.
going to succeed in Washington?
I
Who?
think so.
Alex Smith?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I
a
think
good
so.
quarterback. He's
Listen,
a very good
I think so.
quarterback.
He's a great locker room presence. He's a great professional.
I'm not saying
He's
it's
a
not.
veteran. He doesn't turn the ball over.
Y'all don't think that team is cursed? Y'all don't think that team is cursed?
I think
No,
so. They
because
keep
our
messing with the
last
Indians.
quarterback
I
was
don't think
33.
so.
They've lost. You talking about KC?
The
they need to
last
change it to
championship that we
The
had.
Washington indigenous.
Yeah.
Washington organization is just terrible.
Washington's-
Top to bottom.
I think we
We're
need to
not
get
as at
Snyder
the
out of
bottom
there
as
more
like
than
the
Gruden.
Browns or nothing. I mean, we're not as bad as the Browns. I mean,
mean,
Oh, y'all
So-
definitely not as bad as the
So,
Browns.
so I mean, we got a chance. You
But
know?
you're stuck in the middle, 8-8
I'd
every
rather be
year.
stuck in the middle than at the bottom of the barrel.
Y'all got 6 and 10,
I mean, the
7 and
Cowboys
9,
are about
8
the
and 8.
same thing. I mean,
They about to debacle.
Yeah.
They really are. They don't know what to do.
no, about to blow from the inside.
I think I'd rather be at the bottom of the barrel rather than be in the middle.
I'd rather be in the middle.
Jeremy Johnson says Kirk Cousins to Alex Smith is a lateral movement.
Not really,
I mean,
because Alex Smith went to the playoffs and won.
We're going to finish this. We'll forget the last part.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got to
Kirk,
finish
yeah.
this.
Kirk Cousins is a little
And
younger.
Jeremy.
Lateral.
I knew you was going to come with his foolishness right now.
Alex Smith has
You
went to the
always give
Super
us his
Bowl
hot
at least
take.
and won some playoff games. Kirk Cousins has yet to do that.
Josh
Kirk
says
Cousins
Alex Smith
in
will
5
get them.
years has won 17 games.
What Josh said?
Josh
and
says
none of them
Alex
have
Smith
been
will
above
get them 9 to
500.
10
What about playoffs?
wins. It doesn't matter.
No
NFC
playoff
is
wins.
Say it
loaded
again.
this year.
No playoff wins.
One more time.
What,
No playoff wins.
what, you heard that?
Josh says Alex Smith will get them 9 to 10 wins. It doesn't matter. NFC is loaded this year.
At
And
the
Jeremy agrees.
At the end of the day, loaded has to be performed on the grass.
And they got to be healthy because football, you never know what's going to happen with football.
You know what I'm saying? Playoff is 0-0. When anyone is in, it's 0-0. I don't care what the record is before going in.
Are you ready for some
0-0.
football? I can't
You
wait,
understand?
baby.
Alex
As
Smith
y'all
has
see, we're
playoff
clearly
wins
ready for
and
football
playoff
season to get back
appearances.
right now. So,
Oh my
Ain't the
God.
playoffs about to start for basketball?
Oh my
You know,
God.
the Redskins haven't made any
about to
advancements this offseason, really.
At the end of the yes, they have. I forget the Oh Lord have mercy, because I don't really pay attention until they actually get their.
Can we get Cardi B in a Redskin uniform?
You know that'll work.
I doubt it.
That'll work. All we need to do is have her at the end zone.
Actually, I don't know. She got the key to the
And I
city
believe
in what,
somebody
Detroit?
will
So I'm
make
like,
it
I
there.
don't know how that happens.
Oh, Nicki Minaj, this one of them too right now? You get one of
Oh,
them?
Nicki about to drop a project this week.
She already
and
dropped
I'm
it.
like, yo,
Oh, it's not an album. It's just 2 singles.
still. You don't do that a week after your
Who's your
concert.
team? Now, who's your team?
My team, I don't have a favorite.
Marcus said the Redskins will
I like-
say
I like
0-0.
It's all these people that ain't got a team that be talking about the Redskins. What's going
Marcus
on?
said the Redskins
gotta have an opinion on this
will
show.
finish the season 0-0.
They will finish the season
That's
like
what
the
Marcus
Browns did
said.
last year.
That's what Marcus said.
What do you
No,
say? What do you
yeah,
say?
You know
Browns
what?
are
They're gonna finish 0-0.
Marcus need hope. Marcus
You
need
say you need
hope.
hope?
Marcus need hope. He need hope, prayer, fasting, and laying down on the face before the Lord because he's had 2 Super Bowl appearances and come up with nothing.
He's
Until-
referring to our Carolina Panthers.
Until
Just
your
putting that out there.
Carolina Panthers actually get some jury, come talk to me.
That's
Come
Cam's,
talk
that's
to me.
Cam's fault.
Y'all gotta find
You know.
Lois Lane for Superman
Cam
in
listen,
the
fault,
tight
no,
pants.
whoever
no.
fault.
The
Somebody
Panthers
fault.
will not prosper until Cam Newton stop with this foolishness with his attire. Every season for the last 2
have on a
seasons, y'all
onesie?
see, if you follow me on IG,
He had a
and
onesie
they go
on.
we trust him. Tell you, listen. I go in on Cam
300 pounds in a
every
onesie.
single Sunday with his foolishness.
6'7" in a onesie.
Marcus said,
He had a halter top
pound.
Keep pounding.
that connect between the legs.
Marcus, I'm not even gonna tell you how
At
Paul's
least
working
Kirk
that
Cousins
is right
knew better
now.
than that.
Hashtag keep pounding.
Listen.
At least Kirk Cousins do better than that, though.
Yeah,
Did he
only
lose
got a
those sponsors
leotard on.
because of being critical of the female at the press conference or because of his dress code?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Listen.
Alex
Listen.
Smith. Alex
Cam is just wrong all about. I want Cam traded. Or
you don't
whatever.
like Cam?
Oh, that's
Why?
ridiculous.
I don't care.
That's ridiculous.
See, I don't
He
develop emotional
makes the
connection to these
Panthers,
people.
right?
I feel
That
you.
is
I
the
feel
team.
you.
now.
I
That
feel you.
is
There
the
you go.
team.
I can go with that. I can
Don't
go
get me
with that.
wrong.
Except for LeBron. Wherever LeBron goes, that's
I never-
where my loyalty.
Now I feel like
I
with
never was
Cam, you know,
connected.
he's been
I
like
never was connected because-
a slightly above average quarterback, but he's still
Right.
been pretty good.
Right.
Now you can't just put all the blame on him. Now I mean,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
on Cam.
Who are you going to get to replace him as well?
I mean,
LeBron
he
James.
ain't
We
got
can
no
get
receivers. He got a
LeBron
bunch of old
James.
men for
And
receivers. I give you
the
that.
offensive line.
We can get
stinks.
LeBron James to play quarterback. We good.
That's a hey. LeBron will
RG3 had
kill.
old men. RG3 had old men, but he took him to the playoffs, and if he wasn't injured, it's a good
I mean,
chance that he
Cam took
probably
old
would
men
have won the first
Cam
game
took
of
old
the
men to the
playoffs.
Super Bowl. I'm just
No,
saying.
hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
The Redskins had a pretty good team that year. That RG3 took them to the playoffs.
Oh, no, they didn't. They had the oldest team in the league.
Alfred Morris is that running back who rushed for 1,100 yards that year, right?
But you look at
Uh-oh.
how
They still had.
he came in
who
with
was the
RG3.
Prince
Here we
player?
go.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Santana
Pierce.
Moss, come on.
No, it was
He
Santana
came in
Moss.
with RG3.
I forgot about Santana.
I forgot his name.
Santana
Pierre.
was
Forgot about
30.
Santana.
What's his name?
Garcon.
Yeah, Pierce Garcon.
Garcon was
Pierre
30.
Garcon. I was
And
like,
they had a
Pierce.
top 10 defense that year. They had a
Okay.
pretty good team.
And all
They
them
had
jokers
Santana Moss was there. He was injured.
all them jokers outfitted the NFL as the oldest team in the league. You had Alfred Morris who came in with RG3. Then while you looking at Santana Moss and Garcon or whatnot, they were also 30 at the wide receiver position or whatnot.
But
So at the end of the day, at 30 in the NFL, that is old.
That's 60.
But the point is, if you're
Taking them hits for all that year,
if you're still
pause.
producing at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your
Okay,
age
so-
is. The
so-
Spurs are old.
so-
They
Shout out
still
to Timberland.
win.
So
What does it
at the end of
matter?
the day, it's all about organization, coaching, and all those other things that go into as a factor.
Royal.
As that being a reason for the Redskins actually being better with RG3, I don't see so. I see Kirk Cousins actually having a better team than RG3 had,
Ooh, what you gonna say about that?
I don't
and
see
he
it.
lost way more
Who was the
games.
starting running back?
The running back, me.
Running back, me. Kelly was doing it for a little while, but
Who was
I mean,
the running back?
You know, the
Bam,
the
what was
Redskins,
it?
they were
Kelly
dead
with
last.
Kelly was with Kirk Cousins, but as far as RG3, he had Alpha Mars, and Alpha Mars was just as injury prone as
And I think and he had what, Kalu, wasn't it? The Hawaiian player?
Well, Jeremy Johnson
somebody else
wants
that
to
don't mean
know
nothing.
He
who
was- he
in
was a pretty
Washington
good
is going to
player.
match Tariq Hill,
where
Travis
is he now?
Kelce, and Hunt's
At
production.
the time, he was very good.
At the time.
That's a
You
good
heard
question. I give a Travis Kelce.
Jeremy wants to know who in Washington is going to match Tariq Hill, Travis Kelce, and Hunt's production.
Josh said Kirk Cousins trash.
You got a
do
lot of
something in the
questions.
draft and free agency.
I need to ask Jeremy who is his team, because at the end of the day,
Yeah, who is your
all
team,
these-
Jeremy?
Oklahoma City trash raiders.
Put them together.
Las
He said,
Vegas.
I think Hunt,
I'm recruiting
Hunt is
LeBron for my
Casey's
wide
RB
receiver.
last name.
Huh?
I think Hunt is Casey's RB last name. Running back last name.
I need Jeremy to tell me who his team is, because he.
Oh, he's
know
a
lot
Panther
about-
fan.
Who's your team,
Oh,
Jeremy?
that's where that's coming from.
Hate,
I
hate,
understand.
hate,
Hate.
hate, hate,
Quick
hate.
side note about the
You know,
Chiefs.
I'm a Panthers fan, but at the same time, I'm realistic here.
But,
What's up with the Chiefs?
But I'm
Panthers
not
took away the
The
local
Panthers,
market.
I'm
hey,
expecting
you know,
the big
I would
season
actually
of
go
Patrick
for the
Mahomes.
Panthers, but the problem is that y'all
We
give
shall
away
see.
everyone that is good.
listen, Steve Smith should have been
Kelvin
able
Benjamin.
to retire from the Panthers. Kelvin Benjamin been snacking, so it's not really a loss.
Man, he ain't even look the same way. He look like Big Albert.
Listen,
I mean, do y'all
Like,
have
he's
like
moving to tight end, right?
Do y'all have like Chip Kelly in y'all, in y'all
I feel like it's
organization
sometimes.
somewhere?
I feel like it's sometimes.
Because y'all getting rid of everybody that actually means something to y'all team.
All right, folks.
Pendergrass.
When we come back, we're gonna have your man, Coach Fry. We know he's gonna come with
HTTR.
something. Listen, we never know what he's coming with. We're gonna find out when you find out. Make sure you stay tuned to the Walk-Ons. We'll come right back.
Hell to the Redskins. Hell to the Redskins. We
Shout out to D
We
Rose,
coming.
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Yeah.
Yo, Nicki Minaj.
how about Rennie
fell
Russo?
over.
Woo, yeah.
How about Rennie
report
Russo?
I don't know who
Shout
that
out
is.
to Courtney
but
from-
shout out. Oh yeah, shout out to the Met.
What's
Shout
called
out
Rennie
to the
Rucci?
Met.
Oh,
Rennie
yeah.
Rucci.
Solid
Yeah.
quality
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
What's name put me on stories, rap. He said that he liked it.
Story is.
Stop.
Not holding nothing back. Not holding nothing back.
Upset.
Story. Listen.
It made
Listen.
Chris
Stop.
Hey, be careful how you talk to my homegirl now.
I don't-
Be careful.
listen.
Be careful how you talk to my homegirl.
Don't care. Listen. Everybody not meant to rap. You got a day job. I need you to keep that.
Oh, Josh just went in.
Hold on.
Josh said Cardi B's trash too.
Listen.
I seen the
Cardi B
meme.
album wasn't trash. It was
She a
good.
hustler.
But
Hold
it could
on.
be better. Let me
I seen
call
the
it
funniest
what
meme
She
of the year.
hustler.
Somebody said Cardi B make music for women to wash paper plates too.
Watch out.
They-
What does that
Paper
even
plates.
mean?
Yeah, they've been kind of.
Why they been so mean to Cardi? Oh my God.
Yeah, all
Basically.
week.
But Rennie, I like Rennie. Rennie talk.
Rennie nice.
Rennie talk.
Hey,
Courtney talks about her life though.
Man, she mad cool.
Yeah.
You don't like story, man? Why you hate it?
Cause she can't rap.
Hey.
Coach, what's going on?
Hey,
We're
what up?
back with Coach Fry right here on the Walk-Ons. Coach, what's going on with you, man?
All right, man. Hey, it's track season.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Okay.
Go get
The
him.
floor is yours, Coach. What you want to talk about? It's all on you today.
It's track season. Get up out of here. If you can't run, you better run from it.
Okay. Tell them how you really feel, Coach. So what you think
That's
about
what it is.
what you think about
Hey,
WNBA draft tomorrow night?
there's no football.
This man.
There's no basketball. And I know y'all ain't going to the baseball game. So
Not the
We,
way
we,
this
going,
one.
hold on. We are going to
I ain't
Columbia
going
Fireflies
I ain't
games.
going nowhere outside. The way
We
this
are
weather
going to
is.
Fireflies games. Shout out to the
Definitely
Fireflies.
I would be going to a Braves game this summer.
Spring on.
I hope. If I go out there and I ain't going to see more than a dozen of your listeners.
We support the Columbia Fireflies wholeheartedly. Just want to put that out there.
No, everyone, hey, there might be a dozen, and they don't listen to Ricky Smiley.
They at work.
They
at work.
ain't got no excuse. You can listen to him in your ear. You can listen to Ricky smiling.
Ricky Smiley, all right.
Hey,
Leave me alone.
oh, what's that dude that come on? What's that dude that comes on every day on Steve Harvey show about 4:00?
Duh, man. No.
That's a good question. I don't listen to Steve Harvey show either.
4 o'clock.
I listen to The Breakfast Club.
I listen to
Joe
my man
Budden
out of Charlotte,
podcast when it
North
come
Carolina. What's my man's name?
They all know that comedian dude that talk all that noise late afternoon on that Big DM or something.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
listen
Coach,
to-
I don't listen to BDM. I be working.
Ain't that the old folks station?
Basically. Yeah, I can't. That ain't me.
Hey, just because I got a great beard don't make me old.
Get him, Coach.
Coach, that's a special guest tonight. You
Get
can
him.
feel free.
Fade Guru signing in. Fade Guru signing in.
Since basketball season over, do we ever get a female back on the radio station?
Megan.
No, I'm here, Coach.
Megan didn't go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
She did it.
Hey, look, I got to defend. You know, these dudes right here don't let you talk to me.
Wow.
No, they don't. I try to tell them all the time. They just like to take over.
What we gonna do when we elect a sister as the president? See, these dudes gonna have to step back.
That's right. You let them know. And it's coming very fast. So y'all need to follow
Oh, yeah.
the line.
It's gonna be Oprah 2020,
So,
and Cardi B gonna be the vice president.
Wow.
Oh no. Well, I've been so glad. Right now, we're getting ready to head into getting people registered and vote, and making sure they're ready to vote here. The whole next my whole next 3 months is gonna be when you call me every time. I'm gonna mention something about registering to vote.
Who we voting for?
Cardi B. I mean, Oprah.
Hey, I'm not gonna tell you who to vote for right now, but my friend John Scott is running for lieutenant governor in the state of South Carolina. So I'm gonna be pumping my boy. I mean, he my deacon friend. We both are deacons in the same church. and he's been a state senator for the last 20 years.
Okay.
What's his move?
So,
What's his move? What's he planning to change?
I'm moving. He's gonna be the lieutenant governor on the Democrat side.
Okay. So
That's gonna be a miracle in South Carolina.
You ain't lying.
Coach, question for you. Tell me, why is it important that people get out and vote?
So they'll quit bugging me about why things so bad they ain't got no job.
Yeah, that's a big complaint.
That's a good point.
The real big thing is that when we have institutions that can't get money to stay open, and that the state legislature does not give raises to state employees, and that the bids in the state all go to supposedly non-minorities, so we don't follow state and federal laws. You have nobody complain to if you don't elect nobody. So it makes a difference. If you're a minority in business and you want to get business loans, then you don't vote. Then you're not trying to enhance your business. If you're an entrepreneur and you wanted to get in on the paperwork to find out where the next opening of a mall is, and you are in the business of clothing and those things, well, you need to vote so you can get some information about where to invest your money. Why should we vote? Hey,
some people.
That's what Americans do.
Some people feel like, I don't. But some people feel like voting doesn't matter because their number really doesn't matter. So what do you say about, those people who feel that their number or their vote doesn't really matter? What do you have to say to them?
5% of the people that didn't vote were the 5% that elected Donald Trump.
Too easy.
That's simple.
So it wasn't who voted, it was who didn't vote. Mm-hmm. It didn't take but 5%. It took 18%. It takes 18% in the state of South Carolina, and we got a state with 30% of the registered voter. Mm-hmm. So your vote don't count? You got to be kidding me. You could have fit as one of the 5%.
All we can do is keep telling them.
Go vote. I'm going to run for office the next 5 years. I'm going to run. I'm serious.
Hey, I like the raises for state employees part.
Yeah.
What was the numbers on the news? Didn't they vote for the
if you worried about people getting shot by the police and you don't vote, you don't pick who selects the chief of police.
That's right. I gotta say, Leon Lott is doing his thing though.
Shout out to Leon.
But I'm just saying, if you're making a complaint about issues that concern you and the community and you don't vote, you don't get the right to have a complaint.
That's right.
That's right. That's true.
And those are the main people complaining, the people that did not vote.
Yep, that's true.
That's right.
If you're concerned about the gun laws where you can have a gun and everybody can go over there on Jamil Road and buy all the pistols they want and all the good, and you don't vote, well then don't complain about that.
And voting.
Don't be against the ARA or NRA.
Yeah. NRA.
You on an NRA team? If that's the deal, ARA, NRA, UTA.
The gun people.
I don't currently know, but what's the standings on criminals or felons who believe that they can't vote? What's the standings on that?
I don't know that. I don't know no criminals.
I don't believe
they can't vote for how long.
I don't know, but you know what?
10 years, maybe.
They got. Not sure. All we got to go. You can pick that in 5 minutes. Go to Google and you can answer that.
There you go.
Google's your friend, bro.
To all guys that's convicted that say you can't vote, go to Google and check out whether or not you can vote, so you can stop making excuses for not voting.
Oh yeah. When somebody say something to me like it's a fact, in about 2 seconds, I can see if they somebody embellishes or impetuates. I can do it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The best thing when you're talking to somebody with a cell phone in their hand is tell the truth, because they can find out if you're a liar in about 2 seconds.
That's right.
It's a fact.
True
okay,
that.
folks, thank you for tuning in. This has been episode 54 of the Walk-Ons. For myself, Megan, Opie, Brandon, Robbie, Faye Guru. Make sure you go check him out.
Cardi B.
Shout out to Coach Fry for being on the line with us. Make sure y'all go out and vote. And tune in right here next time, 8 p.m. next Tuesday. We're going to be right here live again. It's the Walk-Ons.
Go vote.
Vote.
Rock the